The Rocking Chair, Part 3. The boy's face suddenly lit up with joy. "It's Uncle Ray!" he shouted. Every voice in the house stopped. The room fell into a silence so complete that even the soft ticking of the clock on the wall sounded sharp against it. Afternoon sunlight poured through the lace curtains, casting long golden beams across the living room floor. Dust floated lazily in the warm light, while the smell of coffee, funeral flowers, and leftover Sunday supper still lingered through the house. Some of the women froze with tissues pressed against their cheeks. One of the older men slowly straightened in his chair as if he had heard something impossible. But Grandma looked calm, peaceful even. She sat near the window with her Bible resting quietly in her lap, her weathered eyes fixed on the boy. Folks around town always said Grandma had the sight. She noticed things others didn't. Sometimes she'd know who was calling before the phone rang, or speak about storms days before clouds ever formed. And now, while everyone else looked frightened, Grandma simply nodded softly. The boy jumped from the sofa and hurried toward the front door. His mother stood quickly. "Baby, wait." But before anyone could stop him, the boy pulled the screen door open wide. Warm afternoon air drifted inside. Outside, the yard sat still beneath the lazy southern sun. Tree branches swayed gently. Somewhere down the road, a dog barked once before everything settled quiet again. Nobody stood on the porch. Nobody stood in the yard. Yet the boy smiled brightly at the empty space before him, as though someone had just stepped out of a car. "You came?" he laughed. A strange feeling moved through the house then. Not cold, not frightening, just heavy and holy somehow. Like the feeling before a church choir begins to sing. The boy stepped aside from the doorway politely. "Come on in, Uncle Ray." Several relatives exchanged nervous glances. One aunt whispered a prayer beneath her breath, but Grandma remained still.
"He promised that child, and Ray always kept his word."
The boy turned and hurried back into the living room. The old rocking chair still sat near the wall, untouched since the funeral began. Without saying a word, he grabbed it and dragged it carefully into the center of the room. Scrape, scrape, scrape. The sound echoed across the hardwood floor. The entire family watched silently. The boy climbed into the chair, smiling toward the empty space beside him. Then, the rocking chair began to move, slowly, back and forth. The old wood creaked gently beneath him, back and forth. A few people gasped quietly. One cousin covered her mouth. The boy's mother gripped the edge of the dining table so tightly her knuckles turned white. But the boy only laughed softly, as though hearing a familiar joke. Then he began to sing, "Swing low, sweet chariot." His little voice drifted warmly through the afternoon light. "Coming for to carry me home." The chair continued rocking steadily, though no one touched it. Back and forth, back and forth. The sunlight through the windows seemed almost brighter now, wrapping the room in a soft golden glow. Then the boy suddenly paused, as though listening carefully. A smile spread slowly across his face. "I missed you too," he whispered toward the empty space beside him. Tears rolled down his mother's cheeks. Somewhere in the back of the room, Grandma quietly closed her eyes. The boy kept singing, louder now, grinning and nodding, as though Uncle Ray sang every word beside him, just like old Sundays before. And for a moment, it truly felt that way. The grief hanging over the house all afternoon seemed to loosen, not disappear, but softened into something gentler. The rocking slowly became smaller, the creaking softer, until finally the chair came to a gentle stop. The boy looked toward the empty place beside him one last time. Then he smiled sadly. He said, "You gotta go now." Nobody moved. The child rested his small hand on the arm of the rocking chair. He said, "Every Sunday, when we remember him," he looked toward his mother and grandmother, "he'll still be here rocking with us." The room fell silent once more, not with fear, but with love. And through the open screen door, the warm afternoon breeze moved gently through the old house, causing the rocking chair to sway one final time on its own.